Hello and welcome to another episode of Small Town USA on Travel with a Wise Guy. Today we are in Spur, Texas. Spur has a lot of interesting things to check out. Let's go downtown first. We'll check out the kind of historic downtown area, then take a little tour around the rest of the town, and then I'll meet you back here after that. Spur is located in Dickens County, which is in northwest Texas. Spur is in the southern part of Dickens County, about 60 miles east of Lubbock. It is the largest town in the county. The name Spur is from the original Spur Ranch, which started in 1883. A guy named E.P. Swinson purchased the ranch in 1907 and began subdividing the land for sale to settlers. The Spur leadership persuaded the Burlington Railroad to route a railway line northwest from Stanford through the future site of the town of Spur. And in 1909, the first train arrived at the depot in Spur, and the town began at that time. The town was incorporated 2 years later in 1911. Despite the fact that Spur has been getting smaller and losing businesses through the years, the town still remains the central shipping point in Dickens County for cotton, wheat, and cattle. There's some notable people who have come from Spur. Raymond Beadle was a drag racing Hall of Fame member. He was born here in Spur. Aaron Latham wrote the script for the film Urban Cowboy, and Bud Davis, who's played by John Travolta, is said to have been from Spur. And Red McCombs, he was a San Antonio businessman who owned the NBA's San Antonio Spurs, was born in Spur and named the NBA team after the town that he grew up in. Through the years, the population has always been over 1,000, as you can see, and peaked from 1940 to 1960 at 2,100, and then started to decline. It went down to just over 1,000 in the 2000 census, and then came back up in 2010 before falling to 863 in the latest census here in 2020. I don't normally stay in the towns that I profile, but I actually did last night. I stayed here in the Backdoor Inn. There aren't many places in Dickens County to stay, but here's what it looks like. And you go through the back door. whole place to myself. I can play all the games I want. Got a jukebox. In exploring around Spur, the one thing I noticed that really stood out besides a lot of the old cool buildings is how many parks they have here. I mean, they have to have the most parks per capita that I've ever seen anywhere in the country. I mean, this is Dias Park, but if you don't like this one, you can check out Girl Scout Park. How about 2nd Street Park? Although there's not much to do here unless you want to teeter-totter. If you don't like that, how about Rickles Memorial Park? And this one's right downtown. A lot of red brick. Gotta like that. But if you don't, just on the other side of this building is the Connor Garden Park. Right here in between all these brick buildings. Not good enough? How about the Little Hands Park? Pretty nice. On to the next one. The Piscina Park. Ooh, they have a death go round. You gotta love that. You might hurt yourself, but you gotta love it. There's more. American Legion Park. It's gotta be it, right? Not the same kind of park, but this is an RV park. And here's another RV park, the Elkins RV Park. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's go to the last park. Well, if you didn't like any of those parks, we're now in Swenson Park, and this is like the mother of all parks. It has everything, and within Swenson Park, we have the Spur High School football stadium. I mean, look at this thing. How awesome. Man, if you're watching a track meet, you lose them over there. Now, some of the parts of Swenson Park has, I guess, deteriorated, you could say. Swimming pool looked a little rough. I'm sure there were times when it was brand new that was super packed with people, and yeah, this football stadium, this is pretty awesome. Spur is an interesting town. You know, it was much bigger, it's gotten smaller, but obviously there's still people here that care enough to keep the thing going, and hopefully it'll go on for many, many, many decades to come.